The all-green everyday crew is back.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the JinBao Upscaled Generation Toys, Navi and BULLDOZER. So here we are, and there they are, and first and foremost, usually I would take a quick look at the packaging, but I did not get any original packaging with these figures, but I do have I have an empty bottle of Loctite super glue. That's all I got. Anyway. Moving right along, here we have Navi and BULLDOZER. Now, in this review, we're just going to be focusing on BULLDOZER here, but I have them both in the shot here because these two are being sold as a set. This is set A of this combiner. And as you can clearly see, these are just upscaled knockoffs of the Generation Toy Gravity Builder Constructicons. So, without further ado, let's just put this guy off to the side because, as I said, we're going to be focusing on the BULLDOZER here. So here we have BULLDOZER, and he is a bulldozer, aka Constructicon BoneCrusher. And, right off the bat, quality-wise, these figures feel excellent. They feel just as good as the original Generation Toy figures. I have no complaints. They feel good. They feel solid. I like them. I like them very, very much. Let's just get the comparison right out of the way. Here he is with the original Generation Toy BULLDOZER. As you can see here how they scale with one another. Here he is with the Combiner Wars BoneCrusher. You can see how it scales there. And here he is with G1 BoneCrusher because it's precious. Bone crushing precious. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You got the big bulldozing part right up front. Yes, I still call it the bulldozing part all these years later. I still call it that. I don't care. Correct me in the comment section all you want. I don't care. I'm going to call it the bulldozing part. Deal with it. Anyway. But still nicely done. You have a lot of nice silver on this figure as well. You got some gunmetal gray up top. You got some nice detail right up front here. This front grill section. And some more silver bits up top here. You have the cockpit section with the trans clearance windows going all the way around with some more silver detailing. You got the caution stripes there on the sides. And some more nice molded detail picked out in silver paint. Of course, you do still have all of the working hydraulics and pistons and all that good stuff that the original toy had, although it's a bit of a pain to move because it's all just kind of hooked together, but it does all move, trust me, it does. It all moves up and down and in and out and just like the original one did, and just like the original, if you move it too much, things will start to come apart, which is why I don't move this part. But it can move, it can totally do all those things a bulldozing part should do. But let's continue looking at the details. And you got some more silver right here on the sides. You got that orange and silver right here, some molded detail right back here. You have this section here with the caution stripes. These caution stripes are not particularly crisp. As you can see, like this side is lighter than this side for some reason. So that could have used a second coat. Oh, well, it is what it is. And you got the wheels. The wheels are rubber. The tires are rubber, which is nice. And the treads themselves do have little rolling wheels on the bottom. So it can roll. And it rolls quite nicely. So you got that going on. So that is basically it for the alt mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? So as usual, we will go into combine mode. And then we'll go into robot mode, go into combine mode. For BULLDOZER here is very, very simple. You just take this section here, you extend it outward, you open up this back section there, flip out the hand, close that back up, just give it a turn right at this rotational joint right here, orient everything properly. The combiner peg is right there, so just bring that down, and there you have our mode. Hooray! I love how easy that transformation is. But yeah, that is basically the R mode. And of course you have this little panel here that can open up to reveal little missiles inside. The hands are fully posable, just like the original gravity builder. Of course, we'll get more into all that when we actually get to the full combine mode. But yeah, there is the arm mode. Hooray for arms. Yay! Anyway, so let's get down to robot mode. So let's just take all this, fold that back in, close that up, push that back in. Now, just like with the original figures, if you want to leave this attached, you totally can. The parts forming is totally optional. You don't have to parts form if you don't want to. Me personally, I remove this just to make life a little bit easier. And to remove it, you just give it a quarter turn here, and it just comes right off. You can put that off to the side. Again, you don't have to if you don't want to. Just makes life a little bit easier for me. So, fold this back up. You want to come in here and remove his weapon. That's where it stores. Just plugs in right there. And we'll put that off to the side for now. And now we will get down to transforming. And transformation is pretty much exactly the same as the original toy. We'll just move these up. Get them out of the way. You want to unpeg these sections here. And you can fold them in, which in turn will push out these little missiles here. Those are going to be his hip missiles. And just unpeg. Fold that up like so. And at this point now, we can untab the legs from the sides of the body and bring them forward like so. And this little assembly here will just come up and lock in right there. And now we will work on the legs. So, just want to take this section here, just swing it down just to get it out of the way. You want to take this little panel here, bring that down, bring this panel up, come back here, take this panel and bring that down, and swing this to the back like so, and bring that up. At this point now, you can swing this section back up, and now you want to take this bottom section here, rotate it like so, take the foot and just rotate it down. Come back here, flip this out, flip this a little bit out, and that will just tab in right there to make the heel. Bring that back down, and you got a leg all done. Second pass, just like the first. Bring that down, bring it down, bring it up, bring that down, swing that to the back, like that, and bring the foot around, swing it down, bring that down, bring that up. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Tab it in, bring that down. I'm going to keep doing it anyway. And just stop having fun, EmGo. Your fun annoys me. It makes me so angry. I'm going to complain about it now anyway. So, yes. Do all that, and you have both legs all done, and once you have that done, you just take the hips and you swing them in. And the crotch will tab together like so. So there you have the lower body all done. And now we will move on to the upper body. So now what we're going to do here is we're just going to split the bulldozing parts like that. Just kind of extend it just to help get things out of the way. And now you want to take this side panel right here. You want to bring this up first because this panel plugs into that panel there. So bring that up first. And now you can split the arms, bring them forward. These will just plug into the sides of the body right there. Bring in, plug that in right there. Now you can take this whole upper body here and just rotate it around like so. And now we can start working on the arms. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up this panel, which will allow us to extend the arm. And we can close that back up. This section just swings around, just sits on top of all that. We open up this panel, flip out the fist, close that back up, and now we can rotate the arm at the bicep. Now I can bring the arm down, and the bulldozing part, you take this section, just bring that up and around like so. Bring this forward like that, and that will just sit behind his shoulder like so. And there you have an arm all done. Second pass, just like the fast, pretty much. Actually, there's one extra step here. You got to push that down. So not exactly like the first, but close enough. So just extend, close it back up, bring that up, swing that around, open, flip, close, rotates, bring it down, and swing all this around, bring that up, bring that behind his shoulder, like that. Just kind of orient all this how you want. It's always totally up to you what you want to do there. Hey, we're not ready to see your head yet. We're not ready. We're not ready for that. It's like peekaboo. Anyway, I see you. So what you're going to do here, last but not least, is you're going to just take this panel, bring that up. You can bring this up just so you have some clearance. And this section here is on a double hinge. And that just comes back, sits back here. Close it back up. That reveals the head. And there you have Bulldozer in his robot mode. And just like the Generation Toy Constructicons, I mean, I love the designs of these. I love the designs of these. I think they look so cool. And this figure in particular, again, very well done. Just looks good, feels good. Like I said, feels just as good as the original toy. Yeah, very, very cool. So let's get in close here. Not on his chest, on his noggin. There it is. Again, nice looking head sculpt. You do have some pretty good light piping going on in there. You got the silver and orange for his chest. You got some silver here on the forearms. Got some gunmetal gray on his belly, on his crotch, along with a bit of silver. And you got the little hip missiles right there. And his toes, and his heels. And the back. Very clean back if you leave this part off. It's a very, clean transformation for the most part. Of course, you have these big, the bulldozing parts just on his shoulders, but still, I think it looks pretty good. Now, me personally, this is the official transformation for the shoulder pads, but me personally, what I like to do now with these is I like to take them and actually swing them in like this and just kind of get all this rearranged. So they kind of sit like that, get those hinges like that. So all this just kind of sits a little more as compressed as it can get. And me personally, that's how I like to have the shoulder pads oriented. I just think that looks a bit better to me. But as always, your toy. Display it however you wish. But for me personally, this will be the way I display mine. Because I just think that looks a bit cooler. But hey, again, your toy. Do what you want with it. So, you got that. And of course we can give him his gun. You just fold the barrel down, flip out the handle. And there you have his pistol right there with a nice silver barrel. And you can hold that in his hand, like so. And he holds it kind of securely. He doesn't have like a dead solid grip on it. I mean, it's a little loose, but I mean, he holds it well enough. He's not gonna. You can still pose him, and he's not gonna drop it. Now, let's get through articulation here. Articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint. You only get a little bit of wiggly waggly, a little bit of up and down. Full 360-degree range of rotation. Arms can do a full 360 on a ratchet. Shoulders can go in and out. Of course, the shoulder pads will kind of get out of the way. You have to make the shoulder pads work with you, but arms can go in and out. You do have bicep rotation. You have 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. You do have wrist rotation, which on mine is quite snug and very, very squeaky. The hands do open and close, and sometimes these hands like to just come untabbed from that panel. But hands do open and close. You do have ratcheted waist rotation. Legs can go forward that far, back that far on a nice ratchet joint, outward Can't go that far. If you move this out of the way, you can get a little further. You do have hip rotation, which again, these will kind of get out of the way. But you do have hip rotation there. And knee joint, you have over 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. And his toes can move up on a hinge here. You can also use this rotational piece right here to swing that foot wherever you need it to be. Of course, you have tilt as well. And you also have that tiltage on the heel. So, pretty posable. Pretty posable there. Now, of course, if you want to, you can take this section here and leave it plugged onto his back. You just bring this down. Yes, I have a big stress mark here. That came out of the box like that because, unfortunately, Sir Toys is not great about how they pack their figures. But, oh, well, you know, it is what it is. That's due to shipping, I'm sure. But anyway, if you want to leave this section attached, you totally can. Just leave that plugged into his back like so, and just turn it to lock it in place. And if you want to, we can just open this up, and this will fold up like so. You just kind of open that up like that. You can see you do have some nice details here. You got some, like, you know, thrusters or whatever molded in back there and painted. You also have some missiles right there. And if you want them to have that as a backpack, you totally can. It makes things a little bit more cluttered, but hey, if you don't want a parts form, you don't have to, and you can leave that totally attached. And he's just fine. And as you can see, I mean, you know, it makes him back heavy, but he's still perfectly stable, as you can see. So, your choice, totally up to you, but there you have that then. Now for comparison, here he is with Combiner Wars BoneCrusher. So you can see how they scale there with one another. Here he is with the G1 BoneCrusher because he's precious. Bone crushing precious. Whoop. And here he is with the original generation toy BULLDOZER. So you can see just how much they upscaled him here. And I have the alternate head sculpt on my copy. This is the original head sculpt. Some differences here as far as little improvements they made. As you can see on the original version, these pieces right here only come up that far. These do swing up a bit further. As far as the robot mode goes, the shoulders and the hips are just friction joints, whereas on the knockoff, the shoulders and hips are on ratchets. This section right here is just on a single hinge, so when you transform it, this just flips right back, and you know, makes things look a little cluttered behind his head. Whereas on the knockoff, this section is on that double hinge now, so you can actually take it and swing it back and down, and it just kind of, you know, cleans things up a little bit, cleans up a silhouette a bit. So some little improvements between the two. They also have you know, different wheels on the treads here, you know, if that's something that matters to you. The little wheels for the treads are different. Again, just, you know, minor changes, little improvements here and there between the two. So, I have that. And for some other comparisons, here he is with Masterpiece Side Swipe. Here he is with Masterpiece Starscream. You can see pretty much just as tall as the Masterpiece Seeker mold. And here he is with Masterpiece Megatron. As you can see how that scales. So there you go. So there you have the JinBao Upscaled BULLDOZER. Again, quality-wise, feels just as good as the original figure. Everything just feels nice and solid and sturdy. No complaints there as far as quality goes. Again, some little improvements, little changes to the mold, which I do appreciate. But yeah, overall, very nicely done in my opinion. And as I said at the top of the video, BULLDOZER and Navi are being sold as a set. This is set A. And we will take a look at the second half of set A when we get back to it. So there you go. Now I picked this up from Sir Toys. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below. For all your official and third-party Transformers needs, you can check out BigBadToyStore.com. Also linked in the description down below. You can check out the JinBao Devastator playlist for this and all future reviews. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the JinBao Upscaled Generation Toy Bulldozer, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Oh, BoneCrusher! Good to see you! What? Were you shorter the last time I saw you? Well, I've been taking my vitamins. Oh, cool. Well, listen, I need you and your team to build me a new space bridge. Space bridge? Wait. Didn't we already build you a space bridge? Yeah, but it doesn't work anymore. Why? What happened? I spilled some chocolate milk on the console and it all shorted out and exploded. Chocolate milk? What are you, 5 years old? I like chocolate milk, okay? Now, can you do this for me or not? Sure, we'll get on it. Thank you very much. Gonna judge me? Chocolate milk is delicious!